Welcome to On Deck. I'm Matt Harris. I decided since watching the archives of the show at butterscotch.com/ondeck that I'm always standing up and making a, well, somewhat ass of myself, so I thought I'd sit down with my good friend Andrew Moore-Crispin, who you've already met, I believe, once in episode 4 or 5.
Something like that.
So Andrew, besides being the web editor and putting the really, really great show notes on our website, butterscotch.com, also is vice president in charge of all the tutorials you see on our website at butterscotch.com. Tell me a bit about these tutorials.
It's a new title for me. I'm very excited about
Vice
this.
President in charge.
Vice President of Tutorials. Well, basically what we try and do is break down just common computer problems and just try and give people tips and tricks and tutorials that can really just kind of help them do the things that they need to do, whether it's importing your contacts into Outlook Express, or learning to use Jot, or learning to use Twitter, or Facebook for grown-ups and things like that. So basically trying to break down some of the misconceptions around online applications and applications on your computer, things you might need to do with Windows, and just stuff like that.
Now you mentioned Facebook for grown-ups. That was one of the special tutorial series we did, correct?
Yeah.
What were some of the other ones?
Oh, we've done, let's see, we've done Twitter 101, we've done a Gmail 101. These basically take a 10-part, it's basically a 10-part series that breaks it down, sort of starts off from an intro overview kind of perspective and then gets into some of the power features. So we say from sort of beginner to power user in 10 steps, or at least that's what I say. I haven't actually published that yet, but you heard it here first.
Breaking news. Now, speaking of breaking news, there's going to be, that's kind of the future of the tutorial section, correct?
That was a brilliant segue. Wow, we didn't even rehearse that.
It's because I'm sitting down. I don't have to worry about standing vertically.
We did just launch the new breaking news section of the tutorials on butterscotch.com. So that's basically anything that you're hearing about in the news. We kind of focus on Google News right now. So anything you're hearing about, like a new patch for Internet Explorer 7, we'll explain how you actually download it and install it and make sure that you have the most recent version. Or for example, a new feature that's released in Gmail, or a new application that comes out, or anything like that. Anything that's kind of making headlines that we try and dispel some of the kind of jargon and just make it really simple and say this is sort of what it means to you.
And if I listen carefully...
So we'll click on Labs, and this is where Google hides all its neat new features, anything they're working on.
That sensual voice, it sounds very familiar. Who is that doing that voiceovers for those breaking news?
It really varies. It varies.
And the one I'm listening to right now is?
That would be me, I believe.
Doing it. So Vice President in charge of the tutorials, narrator, Webitor, anything else? Horrible foosball player?
Nah. See, now you just ruined it, man. We were getting along so well, and you just have to bring that up.
What can I say? It's my show. I got to go out on
I won $5 off you today. I should point that out.
We had a bet going. He beat me. Doesn't matter. You don't care about that. What you should care about is the tutorials, everything that goes on at butterscotch.com, the A-list, Lab Rats, Miss Download, Mr. Mobile that's launching very, very soon.
Very exciting, very exciting.
But check out butterscotch.com for all the information on those shows. I'll be back in a little bit with more On Deck. Take care.